Hello there guys, it's Joe here. Welcome to Train Sim 2021, Train Simulator 2021. Today you find us sat at Birmingham New Street, which is not somewhere that you often find me saying that we're at. We are on the Alan Thomson Sim missing link route, the Phase 3 section, which adds Birmingham and Preston to this ever-expanding route. We're on a Liverpool service today. In this scenario, we will be working the Class 350, what type are we? 350/3 double set to Liverpool Lime Street. I'll just get the cab set up. We will not actually be going to Liverpool Lime Street.
TTWS and AWS operational.
Yeah, we won't be going all the way through to Liverpool Lime Street due to time constraints on my behalf. Because I do actually have to, at some point today, go and play with real trains. So, yeah, there we go. Let's set the destination. Liverpool, is that what it says on the side? So, yeah, on this particular scenario, we'll just be looking at the new bits of track that we've had added in Phase 3. That is Birmingham to Wolverhampton. Well, Birmingham to, what's that place called? Sandwell and Dudley. And then in the next video, we'll look at between Preston to Wigan. But fingers crossed, if I have a bit more time on my hands, a bit more time to play with, we will actually do the full route from Preston through to Birmingham. What this means, and this is an exciting thing, what this means is that because of this extra bit of route, we can now drive the West Coast Mainline in its entirety all the way through from London to Glasgow. Now that is exciting, isn't it? Hold on, let's have a look. Can we have some lights on? There we go. Yeah, we can drive the full West Coast Mainline in its entirety. Now I know that that's obviously going to be in stages, isn't it? Because unless your computer is just astronomical, it will never process, especially with like the amount of traffic that's required. It will never process all the way from London to Glasgow in one sitting. But if you download the... I would personally recommend the free version. And I can't for the life in me remember where I got it. The West Coast Mainline South. I think I got that from Alan Thomson Sim as well. But that's London to Birmingham. You've then got Birmingham to, this section of line, Birmingham to Preston. West Coast Mainline over Shat, Preston to Carlisle, and West Coast Mainline North, which is obviously Carlisle to Glasgow. You've got the Liverpool extension on this. You've got Trent Valley if you don't like Birmingham. But as well with the with this Birmingham, it's one thing I didn't know. This Birmingham New Street station requires West Coast Mainline South, which is the Dovetail Games add-on. I didn't really reckon much to the Dovetail Games version. I thought it was quite poor in relation to the free version, which we've had for years. I'll just listen out for my bell buzzer. And away we go. Not away we go. Take your DRA off first. There we go. Try again. Oh, hang on. It's 350, so you need to do... I've not driven a 350 in a while. We need to acknowledge on the TMS. Right, try again. There we go. We're definitely going this time. Got there in the end. So yeah, we're on to Stafford today, journey time of roughly 35 minutes. We'll be calling it Smethwick Galton Bridge, and yeah, that is how you pronounce that. I know it says Smethwick, but apparently it's pronounced Smethwick. There we go. Sandwell and Dudley, Wolverhampton and Stafford. We won't continue through to Liverpool Lime Street. We may do at a later date, but today we will just be looking at the new section of line. I know that between Sandwell and Dudley and Stafford is not a new section of line, but otherwise the video will be very, very short indeed. Now, some of you may be asking, why on earth have you not picked the Pendolino? And there's a good reason for that, because I want to do a Pendolino video on the southbound journey. Because I do love a Pendolino. I think compared to other companies nowadays, it is one of the best in-city trains we've got on the network. I mean, when they first came in, it was like, ooh, God, they're terrible things. But compared to the likes of the Hitachis, compared to, I mean, what have they got on the Midland Main Line now? The 222s are acceptable. I can happily do with one of those. But the Hitachis, they're quite uncomfortable, aren't they? I like what they've tried to do, and the Hitachis operationally are fantastic trains, but I do just think that the passenger comfort is somewhat lacking on the Hitachis, which is a real shame, to be honest with you. It is a real shame. But yeah, so Pendolino, fantastic. I want to do that on the southbound journey, because obviously 350s do not run to Preston anymore, so I couldn't do the full route with a 350 anyway. So when we do next Monday, providing nothing changes and something exciting and new gets released, next Monday we will do, I promise you, Preston to Birmingham, the full route, with a maybe an Avanti Pendolino, maybe a Virgin Pendolino. I've not yet decided. Hadn't actually realised quite how much of an uphill climb it is out of New Street, but I mean, the hill that we've got at the minute, or the climb, is a 1 to 66. You know, not shallow by any means. And again, I picked the 350 because they're just a wonderful train. For a commuter train, they are absolutely brilliant. They do what they're meant to do. They're just... I mean, the driver's view, admittedly, is a little bit lacking compared to the likes of, I don't know, a Pendolino, a 185. You know, they've got full frontal windscreens. Ooh, we're on a yellow. Good lord. The cheeky bit of lag there coming out the tunnel. That's not what anybody wants. But we'll drop the power a little bit, because obviously even on 20% power on this incline we're still going to be losing speed there. Yeah, I think they're a reasonably good looking train, the 350, and of course I used to work them. I used to have the pleasure of working 350s. Sadly no more. They've actually all gone to London Midland now. Sorry, London North Western Railway, as they are now known. Now, I imagine that we are following that 350 that left shortly in front of us. So this could be a long journey. Oh, there's a 350 coming the other way as well, how nice. Now, I don't actually know what era this is set in. London North Western, probably set in modern day, to be honest with you then, so I imagine that we're going to see some other things in terms of Pendolinos, maybe an Avanti Voyager. I don't honestly know what we're expecting. I know that we're missing a couple of trains. It was saying we're missing some IPAs, which I believe are freight wagons. We're not going to lose sleep over that. I mean, I like freight. Freight's very important on the railway, but in terms of Train Simulator, I'm just not interested in freight. Not at all. We've been sat here a while. Let's just consult the route map. Make sure that it's not a bug. It's a... not sure. Let's have a look. Oh, they've said we can pass, so let's have a go with that and see what happens. Because sometimes on these scenarios, I mean, look, there we go. It's there at Smethwick Galton Bridge, the one in front. And it is leaving, and there's a signal there, so you know. We'll just proceed at caution. I mean, Train Simulator 2021, it's always been the same. Some of your... I mean, not even just our scenarios, but any scenario. sometimes it will just lump you with a red signal, and you can drive umpteen scenarios and not get a red signal, and then it'll just be like, hey, have a red signal. There you go. It's fine. We'll just we'll keep at a steady 30 miles an hour. Because if anything, it lets that Wolverhampton service in front get just get ahead of us a little bit. There we go. What does? Oh yeah, local stopping service will be put out in front of you. Expect to be cautioned up to Wolverhampton. So yeah, we expect to be following that for a while, I imagine then. Oh, that's a bit of a kink in the trap there. And another one of the really good things about the 350 is the brakes on this particular type of train are just impeccable, and it's really recreated well in Train Simulator. Now you see, again, red signal, 0.3 miles away. Let's have a look. Where is our next signal? Because I don't reckon that set is there. No, it's not. That's the next signal. So let's see. Signal approved. Well, we've got the position lights, 2 little white lights below the signal there. Take it up till about 30 again, because I reckon, I mean, look at these two signals here that are really close together. I reckon that we are going to be able to pass this next one at danger, and I reckon we're probably going to, seeing as Smethwick Galton Bridge has no train in it now. Here we go, round the corner. What are we? Oh, it's a banner repeater, and it's green. Right, okay, so we're putting that last little bit down to a bug then. Whether it's a bug with the scenario or the route, I'm not sure. It could even be something as simple as the fact that I was missing the IPA wagons. That could have just caused the scenario to go, no, you may not. You may not have a clear run. I mean, you just never know with Train Simulator. It can be very unpredictable at times. Not to say it's not a fantastic game. I mean, I've spent many of my hours of my life on Train Simulator. But yeah, every now and then it does just have a little hissy fit. Ooh, hell, that was a jolt in the trap there, wasn't it? Passenger comfort on this service is second to none. Oh, where are we here? Is this Smethwick Rolfe Street or whatever it's called? I believe so, with the nice orange lampposts. Because that's the orange lampposts of West Midlands trains. Now we're going to make sure that we don't just bomb it into Smethwick Galton Bridge too fast. You know, I'm just there like, oh yeah, the 350 brakes are sensational. How embarrassing would it be after I've just banged on about how good the brakes are to then miss a station? It wouldn't be the first time it's happened. See, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to prove to you on this occasion. Oh, I'm missing some assets as well, because as per usual we've got our friends the milk bottles in the middle of the track. That usually means I'm missing something. Yeah, how embarrassing would it be if I miss this station? I'm hoping I can actually prove to you in this video that I can drive trains on this game. You know, I mean, the last 2 train sim videos, where I've attempted to drive a Class 68, I've not done very well at Garforth, have I? And it's not opened the front carriage, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with that stop. Oh, I didn't realise we had a West Midlands, London North Western livery one on the back. Yeah, the cab door's ever so slightly off, but that's not an issue. I mean, I'm going for the whole we need to make some time up now because we had a signalling fault. So we are actually late. I mean, we're due into Wolverhampton at 16:32. I don't think that that's going to happen, you know. Unless, of course, we catch that other service up and we do actually arrive on time. But that service has got quite far ahead of us now because of our signalling failure. We're getting some cautionary signals again by the looks of things. Yeah, it's just a double yellow, which means that the red signal will be after Sandwell and Dudley, which is all good. We can just continue as per usual. Although I've just realised that the station is actually just around the corner, so we should probably start braking for that now. It's a nice lengthy platform at Sandwell and Dudley, because obviously this is where the Pendolinos stop as well. And yeah, we better actually get some braking going, otherwise I'm not going to stop again. Yeah, of course you are. Stop worrying, man. It's a nice confident stop there. Train is fully accommodated on the platform. What's not to like about that? I think that logo as well, these British Rail arrows, absolutely brilliant. I like that. It's a nice feature. Is it made up of separate assets? I don't know, but yeah, really, really nice. I've never been to Sandwell and Dudley, so I'm not sure exactly how realistic the station is. In fact, you'll get that from me a lot on this route because I've not done much. I've been through it on a cross-country Voyager. I have been to Birmingham. But yeah, in terms of each individual station, I haven't got the foggiest. Right, so we're back on a yellow, so as that's not a red, I'm going to assume that the signalling system is working again now, which is always a good thing to assume, isn't it, really? So our next stop's Wolverhampton, so we might actually get there for 16:30, you know, because our estimated time of arrival at present is 16:29, which is always good. There's nothing I hate more than failing a scenario. It just really, especially I'm in tick, 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 tick. And if we don't meet our time there, it will put a nice little cross in the scenario box. Absolutely hate failing a scenario, and I'm going to go through that signal at red if I... yeah, you see, there we go. Signalling's broken again. Request to pass signal at danger is approved. Yeah, that train... that other service is absolutely miles ahead. We probably shouldn't be bombing through a red signal at 60, although the next signal is red. We'll be in a position where we can stop, just in case, you know, it says request to pass signal at danger is denied. There we go, and we're back up to greens. It's it really is a shame. It makes the whole driving experience somewhat tricky. when you're not quite sure what is actually a red signal and what's not. I imagine that I will very much be in for tea and biscuits with the management for what I've just done there, not slowing down for a red signal and just bombing it straight through, but yeah, I imagine my superiors would have something to say about that. Now they do actually have speed set 350s from what I've been told. Unfortunately, I don't believe it's replicated in this particular version, which is a shame. I love a good excuse for a bit of lazy driving. Get it on the old speed set. Ooh, we're dangerously close to speed in there, so we'll do some coasting. Oh, few more yellow signals up ahead. Well, we'll keep going, because again, it could be that train in front that we've caught up, because I don't know if it stops there at Dudley Port or not. That was that station we've just gone through, by the way. Dudley Port. Although I am somewhat doubting it now. Let's have a look. Oh, request to pass signal at danger denied. I'll just double check. Yeah, right, okay, so we do actually have to stop at this signal. Ah, how annoying. Move the old mouse out of the windscreen. Of course, as soon as you stop, yellow signal, off you go again. Well, thanks for that signal. It always seems to be the way. You always end up to just like 0.5 of a mile an hour. And it's like, oh, by the way, yeah, you can go again now. You're like, yeah, cheers. Where's this station then? I don't know where this station is, but there's an incredible gap. Hang on, you're yeah, just let's not forget that you were only given a yellow there. Well, we're never going to know what that station is. Or maybe we are. Coseley. Oh, very nice. It sounds like a nice place, doesn't it? Coseley. It sounds like cosy. You know, like it would all be warm and happy there. I mean, it's probably not, because to my knowledge we're still in the West Midlands, so it's unlikely. Right, let's get the old speed cranked up a bit more. We will arrive into Wolverhampton on time. I'm sure of it. It's going to happen, you know. It has to happen. I want to be able to present you all with some nice on-time driving. Sans cock-up, of course, because there usually is, in most of my videos, some sort of a cock-up. Let's have a look. Double yellow, so we've got plenty of time to stop, should we need to. I mean, the drivers are always told to, you know, drive defensively. You know, I imagine that accelerating up to a single yellow is not driving defensively. You know, I don't know what it is about that action that makes me believe that, but just something like a single yellow at 73 is not defensive driving. But we've got a timetable to run here. Oh, bit more yellow signal. Hey, I'm getting good at cancelling this AWS off before it's even chimed. That's brilliant. And I imagine, because on our little our what's coming up in the future diagram at the bottom, because we've got some buffers, I imagine that the tracks are set, or the points are set, so that our lovely stopping service in front can go into the sidings. But of course, because we've slowed down, that map's zoomed in now, so we can't see. Is that him in front? Oh, there he is, right in front of us. Well, we'll have a nice gentle stop, so that of course if... there we go, yellow. So that we don't have to stop, because otherwise if we'd come razzing it up to the signal, we'd have to stop and then start again. So for passenger comfort, we'll just cruise up to the signal. I mean, for me now, I could not possibly go back to the Armstrong Powerhouse, not enhance things. I mean, I think it's a crying shame that we need Armstrong Powerhouse to enhance things. I mean, if it was up to me, I would have Dovetail Games just getting it right in the first place, or whatever company is manufacturing the add-on. But sadly, we don't live in that world, do we? Right, there we go, points are set, which means we probably have a signal round the corner. Or we have a green signal, there we go. Yes, we do. Well, we can't get too excited, because it goes to 15 miles an hour over the bridge into Wolverhampton. Well, over this last little bit into Wolverhampton. Because it's a very odd station, you know. In terms of dispatching a train from here, I imagine it's quite tricky. It's a very, you know, kind of curvy platform. Which, when you think about what's actually going through Wolverhampton, you know, which they're all fairly long trains. You know, Pendolinos, for instance, Voyagers. Even a 5-car Voyager is a fairly long train. And it's got such a sharp curve. I imagine, of course, that they do have dispatchers at Wolverhampton. Of course they have dispatchers at Wolverhampton. Ah, here we go. Here's our... the rogue stopping service that's been causing us so much pesky bother. Oh well, they have to run, don't they? It's just a shame they always seem to end up running in front of me. Orange lampposts, a hearty good afternoon to you. Now I'm looking out for a stop board. I don't know if stop boards are in this route. If not, I'll just go down to the end of the platform. I imagine Wolverhampton to be a sort of station that has stop boards. But it doesn't seem to. Perhaps I'm missing them as a route asset. Who knows? We'll never know. Get the doors open. Why have we not stopped? We've not stopped at Wolverhampton. We have stopped. The doors are open. Why are you not You're not counting that as a station stop. That's a bit irritating. But I am here. You know, I have YouTubers who are watching this, and they can categorically confirm with me that we have stopped at Wolverhampton train sim. So I don't know quite what you're thinking we're doing. See, what this means is we're not going to get a little tick on the odd scenario thing, because it's not registering that I have in fact stopped at Wolverhampton. That is a real shame. I mean, it sometimes happens on third-party routes. This route's not been out that long, to be honest with you. And so it could just be a little bug. And by the time you come to play it, it could be sorted out. I'm hoping it will be. But I mean, my positioning... I mean, I can't zoom in on the... I can zoom in on the train. But I can't zoom in on the little bar at the bottom. But you can see here that I am fully within the green line. So it's not even like I've gone past the green line. And I'm not within station limits. My train's fully accommodated on the platform. There you go. The doors have all opened, yet for some reason, train sim is not registering that I'm here. Which is odd, because I mean, the doors usually just slam shut fairly quick, but it is actually making me wait until 13:52. Oh well. I mean, it's annoying. It's just one of those things we're going to have to live with. We won't lose sleep. We'll carry on with a positive attitude. Although now the doors aren't shutting. Are you shutting? In your own time there. You know, we've got places to be. You know, Stafford in 15 minutes, you know. Oh, there we go. Hey, we're going. It'll have been the conductor. They'll have gone for a coffee. Well, it wasn't the driver, was it? It could have been the dispatcher. Could have been too busy having a chat. We'll never know. We'll never know. Right, well, full steam ahead. I mean, we're going to get a nice cross there as soon as we are past Wolverhampton. So that is registering us as a failure to call at Wolverhampton there, which, again, that's a shame. I thought we did quite well there, to be honest with you. We arrived on time, even though the signalling system was against us. There we go, cross. Failed the scenario. Oh dear. Well, let's... Hang on. Whoop, we're speeding. Is this even the right scenario? What's happening here? Because, I mean, the briefing says you'll be calling at Smethwick Galton Bridge, which we have, Wolverhampton, we have Penkridge, and then Stafford. Well, I'm not being funny. Where's Penkridge? It says the next stop Stafford. Perhaps we're just missing a few things in this scenario. I think maybe it wasn't quite quality control checked as much as it should have been. I don't know. You know, if the maker of this scenario sat watching seething with rage because actually it's not their fault, then of course my hearty apologies. But there just seems to be... Oh, cross-country Voyager, hello to you. I mean, the AI traffic's good. You know, it's where it should be. It's a steep descent, isn't it, here from Wolverhampton? Yeah, I just think that there's maybe this could have been checked and it could have been sorted. And it can be patched, everything can be fixed. You know, so I wouldn't write the route off completely. And of course you can create your own scenarios for this route. Come on, let's get up to 90. Let's have a bit of 90 action. I think it's just round this bend. I wonder where that line comes from. I mean, it's a complete labyrinth round here. A labyrinth of railway lines. And it is an area of the world that I don't know an awful lot about, to be honest with you. Oh, we're up to speed now. Fast running all the way through to Stafford now. Going up to 110 shortly. 125 after that. Are we in a 110? Oh yeah, maximum speed, 110 miles an hour. Well, we'll be getting our foot down in that section. I'm hoping we don't have to shut off power, you know. I'm hoping we'll get to that 110 section before the train gets to 90. I mean, the 350 is a fast multiple unit. But we will just knock it back a peg, just so that we don't have to stop accelerating. So it's nice and smooth. Nice and smooth is what we want, of course. And off we go again. No messing about now. This is what driving's all about. Some nice high speed running. Got that wonderful sound of the wheels on the rail, that kind of high pitched whirring as you're whizzing along. I've always found that sound sensational. You really feel like you're going fast. Now, if the 350 has been replicated correctly by Armstrong Powerhouse on their enhancement pack, we should not be able to do more than 110 miles an hour. So that shouldn't go up to 111. It has done, so we're just going to shut off power. But the 350 actually, or definitely the 350/4s that I used to work with, they will not do above 110. So the drivers, as a sort of speed set, could just leave them on full power, and it would be limited and would refuse to do more than 110. You could not make it do more than 110. So it's a shame that Armstrong Powerhouse haven't got that little detail right there. I mean, there's an argument for the fact that the line speed is 125. I could just leave it on full throttle and we could do 115, but that's naughty. We're not going to do that. We're going to try and be good drivers and not go any faster than the unit wants to, because otherwise it might be upset. Well, they got it right in the scenario description that it was a truly miserable day, didn't they? Although, to be fair, I mean, looking out the window currently, it's sunny. Now, we've not had an awful lot of sunny days this winter. It has to be said. Every single day where I live seems to have just been raining and miserable and raining. And, raining and miserable. And then we did have one day where it was miserable and raining as well. So it's been pretty consistent. But I mean, looking out today, the sun is shining, albeit through some cloud. But, you know, could be a good day. Is this, that's probably Penkridge. Might not be, I'm just guessing there, purely guesswork. But I imagine that that's where we should have stopped. There's probably some very angry passengers on the platform now, like, hang on, what's happened there? Well, diagram in error. The driver got told that he wasn't stopping there. So, sorry guys. Don't believe we're on the West Coast Mainline yet. I think we join the actual West Coast, the main route, just between, or just before Stafford even. Again, West Coast Mainline, I'm not particularly familiar with it, really. There's so much more exploring in real life that I actually have to do. I do think it is shortly before the station, to be honest with you. We'll just knock it back there. Down to 95. Let's give it as a nice warning board for a 60 mile an hour speed limit. Oh, nice green banner repeater. Absolutely love those things. Bit of lag coming round this corner, I'm not going to lie. We seldom lag on Train Simulator. It seems to, this route just every now and then just upsets it a little bit. Probably loading all the assets in at Stafford, to be honest with you. So just before Stafford we will join up with the Trent Valley, which obviously heads down towards Nuneaton and Rugby. Ooh, it really is just having a bit of a think about it. There we go. Is this it? Is this where we... There we go, this is looking promising. So there's the Trent Valley line coming in from the right hand side, I imagine. What's this in front? So this is a yellow signal, that's good. Well, we'll just fly into the platform at about 40 then. Can't see anything wrong with that, to be honest with you. Well, there we go. So this is where it's going to bring our video to a close today. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you click the little like button. It helps the video gain more views. And of course, do make sure that you subscribe so that you never miss out on any of your Train Sim 2021 favourites, or just train simulation in general. There is a link in the description if you fancy donating to my PayPal to support the channel. Oop, there's an 8-car stop board. Yeah, if you fancy donating to support my channel, it helps me fund DLC, which I can then bring more videos. Look at that for a stop. Look, there's the stop board, and that's where I stop. That's just a bit of good stopping. To say it completely wasn't planned, we'll go with that. Yeah, so link in the description if you fancy donating. Helps me fund DLC so I can keep bringing content to you guys. And like I said, thank you so much for watching. I really cannot tell you how much I appreciate the support. And I shall see you next time. Thank you so much. Cheerio. Goodbye for now.